got the whole wide world. In his hands, he's got the whole world. In his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got you and me, sister. In his hands, he's got you and me, sister. In his hands, he's got you and me, sister. In his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Yes, it's very public-spirited of you. And tell me, if you do get into the council, can you do something about that one-way system? It's diabolical.
Well, let's not jump the gun.
So what party are you standing for?
Well, I've got no truck with political parties. I'm standing as an independent. Now, this is my draft manifesto. I would like your opinions. Be honest. I can take criticism.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I think it's great that you're volunteering. I just don't see why you want to do it.
Well, I have some wisdom and experience. I have the time, and I'd like to put something back.
I mean, you give them plenty.
Well, I think it's going to be fascinating. Doesn't that have to be there?
Yes, it's being sorted.
The Church of Purity. Oh, I have heard of it. I go to St. Bernadette's.
Our church was set up by my granddad. It's about abstinence, respecting the body. It's the temple of the Holy Spirit, after all.
Well, it sounds very interesting.
Come to one of our services. Everyone's welcome. I put my mobile number on here. You can phone if you'd like to find out more.
Oh, well, are you all right?
Grace!
Oh, my goodness!
Grace!
All right, I have you. Come, you need to sit down. All right.
Sorry.
No, there is no need to apologize. Come and sit down. I work at a doctor's surgery. I'm sure they will fit you in.
No.
Well, at least let me call an ambulance.
There's no need. You're okay, aren't you, Grace?
Yeah, I just felt dizzy. Been standing too long in the cold.
My goodness, your hands are freezing. You should be indoors with a hot drink.
We're okay.
Well,
Look, my church has a very nice cafe. It is very nearby. I will buy you both something to eat and a hot drink. You could tell me more about your church.
It's very nice of you.
Hiya.
Oh, Karen, welcome back. You look well. How was Mexico?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was sunny and warm, and the tequila was cheap.
Oh, well, arrivederci.
It's Italian.
And I've got presents for everyone and loads of photographs. So, what's been going on here?
Heston's going to be on the council.
Well, only if I get elected. Here's my manifesto.
Oh, well, I hope you're going to do something about the litter.
Well, I will if I work on the relevant committee.
It's because in Mexico the streets are ever so clean.
Is Mexico where they really invented the Mexican wave?
It's very kind of you to buy us cake, but we're actually fasting.
Oh, so, how often do you fast?
it's purity in practice, not filling the body with junk foods and toxins, though I'm sure this food's nice.
Should you not be at school?
We're homeschooled within the church.
So how many of you are there?
Just a few families. We don't all live together, but everyone uses their skills for the good of the community. I did go to regular school till I was 13. That's how I met Tara.
Hillside Green?
Oh, no. I've heard that it's a very good school.
No. It was awful. Boys pressuring you to have sex. None of them respect girls, and none of the girls respect themselves. I was in care, see? Grace took me into her church, and I was converted, and now they're all my family.
Is the cake all right?
Yeah, it's lovely, but I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Well, just through there.
I'll come with you.
Oh.
Jet lag kicking in.
Oh, I need some coffee. What is that?
It's a hospital bed. Howard ordered it by accident, only keeps saying he didn't.
Grace?
I'm all right. It wasn't the food.
I am not worried about the food. I'm worried about you.
There's no need.
Honestly. It's just a tummy bug. It's nothing.
We should go.
Surely you are not going to stand out in the street again when you are feeling so unwell.
No, we'll go home.
Well, I will come with you, just to make sure you get home safe. Perhaps you could tell me a little more about your church.
Okay. Come with us.
Every addict hits rock bottom at some point. We have to, in order to accept that we need help. I was in a filthy squat. I watched a friend overdose and die in front of me. And I was too far gone even to help him. Drugs destroyed so many of my friends, I didn't want them to destroy me as well. So I finally went to rehab. That's where Nancy and I met.
Everyone talked about liberation and freedom in the 60s, but there was no freedom being hooked on drugs. Thank you, Linda.
When you go to AA, you acknowledge the existence of a higher power. I found God. And I realized that he'd saved me for a reason, so that I could save others.
That's how we started this church, as a healing centre for addicts. We knew all about it. We'd been addicts ourselves.
We live in this terrible culture of instant gratification. I see children growing up bloated with self-indulgence. It's not fashionable to preach abstinence and self-denial, but we all know that it's the only way we can save ourselves, the only way we can be pure.
Well, your granddaughter is a credit to you.
It was so nice of you to bring Grace and Tara back home. But there's no need to worry, it's just a tummy bug. It's probably a good idea to fast for a bit.
Oh, yes, they mentioned fasting.
Oh, she and Tara both do it. We never asked them to do it. It was Grace's idea. She knows how positive self-denial can be. Oh, talk of angels.
Ah, Jimmy. Just the man I'm looking for. Have you had a chance to look at my manifesto? I'd really appreciate your input.
Yeah, I had a look, yeah.
And?
You seem a little bit, maybe, out of touch. I mean, people right now, they're worried about the basics. They're worried about food, they're worried about bills, they're worried about housing. You've got to speak a language they understand.
Well, I do speak their language.
There's your interests. Light opera, classical music, and novels of Anthony Trollope.
Well, so I should fake a more media-friendly version of myself. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. I love the anarchic monkeys.
Arctic monkeys.
Well, whatever. I refuse to patronize people by dumbing down.
My mother grew up in the church, but she rebelled and rejected everything it stood for. Despite Grandma and Grandad asking her to change her mind, she left our community and went away to university in London. She was raped there by a fellow student. They had been on a date. She couldn't live with the shame of it, so she dropped out and came home. Back where she belonged, where she was loved.
Did she not go to the police, the college authorities?
No, it was her fault. She'd committed a grave sin.
What about the man who attacked her?
It was her responsibility. Men can't control themselves. She led him on and she was punished. When she came back home, she found out she was pregnant. With me. So, I'm a part of it. I'm a child of sin. But I can atone for the both of us. I can be a child of light.
Look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rain
No. I asked for your opinion. You gave very valuable feedback. I will simplify the language.
You know what you're letting yourself in for?
Of course. This isn't just a passing enthusiasm. I have thought about it.
Yeah, but Heston, look, you gave up being a partner because you hated the bureaucracy. What do you think it's going to be like on the council? Do you really want to spend all your free time sitting in meetings discussing, I don't know, street furniture and traffic calming, vandalism?
If that is my civic duty...
We deal with the public here. Every day. We see the worst of them sometimes. Do you want a double dose of that?
We also see people at their best. I'm sure I will be inspired by some of the people I deal with, and maybe them by me.
The press are going to dig up anything they can about you. Like when Curtis broke into your house and you attacked him, do you really want that dragged up again? Then there's Twitter trolls, there's death threats. Anyone in the public eye's a target nowadays.
We'll let the people, the press, and the trolls do their worst. I am not backing down from a challenge.
Isn't the point of our faith that Jesus died to absolve us of our sin? If you truly repent, then you will be forgiven. Your mother loved and trusted someone. Is that really so bad? We are all trying to find love and companionship. Hurting someone who loved you. Lying to them, betraying them. Now that is a sin. Surely you cannot think that you are to blame. What happened to your mother was not your fault. It was not her fault.
Tell her, Grace.
The sins of the fathers shall be visited on the children.
Yes, but that does not mean...
That's what it says in the Bible. Are you saying the Bible is wrong?
I must go and get ready for the service. Grace, love, you can show Mrs. Temby where it is. I hope you'll join us. I believe you're carrying a heavy burden. Shame, guilt. You could put it down, be free of it, if you let us help you.
You will come, won't you? Please. I know you're struggling with this, but once you see it, see Grandad preaching, you'll understand.
Yes, of course I will. Let me take these things to the kitchen for your housekeeper.
The housekeeper?
The lady who served us tea.
Oh, she's not the housekeeper. That's my mother.
Remember, Pauline, he knows the secrets of your heart. Every sin of thought, word, and deed. God sees you.
God sees you.
Who else wishes to confess? We have a new member of the congregation, Mrs. Tembe. I think you have something to share.
Oh, no, I was not expecting...
Are you saying you have no sins? That there's nothing you feel guilty about?
Of course not. I've committed many sins.
Now's your chance to confess them. You spoke earlier about hurting and betraying someone you love. Do you think God will wait? That you can confess tomorrow or next week or when it's convenient? If you have committed sins, then the time to confess them is now.
Come on, Mrs. Tempe. Don't be afraid.
There was a man, I loved him very much. We were together.
His name?
Gordon.
Gordon Clements? The vicar at your church?
Yes, that is him.
He left the parish suddenly. He hadn't been there long.
That was my fault.
What did you do?
Well, I lied to him about something.
What? God sees you. He knows the secrets of your heart. Do you think you can hide everything?
I was married when I was very young. And the marriage was not happy.
So you worked at it, tried to keep the vows that you'd made?
No. No, we separated. I was angry. I denounced him in front of the whole community. I said some terrible things.
You were vindictive?
Yes.
And then?
I had not seen my husband for many years. I told everyone, including Gordon, that he was dead.
You lied?
Yes. When Gordon found out, he could not bear to be with me anymore.
So you drove him away?
Yes.
With your lies and your betrayal?
Yes.
Did anyone make you do this?
No, it was my choice. It was all my fault.
Mrs. Tembe has confessed to some grave sins. We must all pray for her. Pray that she has the strength not to sin again. God sees you. That concludes today's confessions. Tara. Our sister Tara is going to have ritual purification. Come forward.
Here, voila.
There you are. Rob's here. We didn't know where you were until Frank found you.
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah. All right, love. Wow, you do look knackered.
Oh, thanks very much. What you have to wake me for? I was close my eyes for 5 minutes.
Well, the bad news is that Leatherbridge hasn't got any more law-abiding since we got back. But the good news is we've got just enough money to go out for a meal.
Where?
Crown and Anchor, $6.99 for two.
Oh, Rob, you're such a cheapskate.
No, I'm not. I'm just sensible.
She is exorcised. She is free. She is pure.
Mrs. Tembe.
Here, let me give you a hand.
I know it's hard. The first time you go through confessions.
I was not thinking about that.
I'm like you. We've both committed grave sins. You have to own your sin, Dad says. And if you confess enough times, you'll be absolved. Pure. Everything bad will be washed away. Like with Tara. Are you staying for dinner?
No, I don't want to.
Oh, there'll be plenty.
I did not know that Grace was your daughter.
Mum and Dad brought her up, really. I'm so useless. They're much better parents than me.
I'm worried about her. I think she is ill. She fainted and was sick.
It's a tummy bug. She gets them.
And this fasting.
Oh, it's good. Purity in practice, Dad says.
I think Grace is very vulnerable.
But she's strong. Spiritually. I think one day she will be a great spiritual leader like Dad. We're all so proud of her.
Look, why don't you take my number? And then you can phone me anytime.
I don't think Mum and Dad would let her harm herself. I'm sure.
Anytime.
It was wonderful. I feel cleansed. All the bad stuff's gone. I want to do it too. You will. When you're ready.
I just wanted to see if Tara needed anything.
Shh. She's asleep. Doesn't she look happy?
Maybe you should have a rest too, before dinner.
I'm not tired, Mum. Stop fussing over me.
Yeah, come in.
Oh, Dr. Clay.
Mrs. Tembe, I you the day off.
I do. Mrs. Hollins says that you were working late. I need your professional opinion.
Dinner's ready. Come and sit with us, even if you're still fasting.
Grandad. Why am I a child of sin?
You were born into sin. You shouldn't need to ask.
But I didn't do anything. Why do I have to take the blame?
Are you questioning my teaching?
No. I want to understand.
Read your Bible. Pray. Search your conscience. All the answers are there.
And is Mum always going to be guilty? If she repents...
That's up to her. It's not your concern.
I've been thinking about what Mrs. Tembe said.
Mrs. Tembe, you heard her confession. You know what sort of woman she is. I don't want you to have anything more to do with her. Come and join us. Don't sit up here alone.
I'll come down in a minute.
They are encouraging her to starve herself.
What do you want me to do?
Examine her. If she and her family had a definite diagnosis, well, they can see that she needs help.
You can try. If they agree, I'll go with you.
Hello?
Hello, Grace. It is Mrs. Tembe. How are you?
Oh, hello. Fine.
And Tara?
She's asleep. You should have seen her after. She was so happy.
Yes. Yes, I wish I had stayed. Well, I would like to talk to you more about, well, what you believe. Well, shall I come to the house?
No. I'll come to you.
I do not like the idea of you wandering around alone.
It's fine. I like walking. Where are you?
Well, we could meet at my church cafe again, if you like.
Great. See you there.
Goodbye. Grace, this is Dr. Clay. He is from where I work.
Hello.
What's this about?
Well, I was worried about you. Well, that is why Dr. Clay is here. Perhaps he could examine you here, or we could go to a hospital.
Oh, why don't we go a bit more slowly? Grace, how do you feel?
There's nothing wrong with me. I don't need to see anyone because I'm not ill. I'm fasting. It's my choice.
Was it your choice to faint, to be sick?
You said you wanted to talk about what I believe.
I thought you meant the church. You let me think that.
Yes, I know.
So you lied. You tricked me into coming here. Still, I heard your confession. Not the first time you've lied, is it? I liked you. That's why I invited you into our church. I thought you'd understand.
Grace, we're trying to help.
I'm not talking to you. I don't even know you. I was fasting and you made me eat.
I offered you food.
You tempted me. Don't you see? It's like giving wine to an alcoholic or drugs to an addict.
No, it is not the same. Drugs and alcohol, they are poisons. You need food and water to live.
Jesus fasted in the desert 40 days and 40 nights. Satan came to him and tempted him with bread, and that's what you're doing. Granddad was right about you.
Does your grandfather fast? The other people at your church? Chris, you do not need to starve yourself to be a good Christian. I think you and Tara are doing it because you are ill.
No! Liar! You're lying! You're a liar! I shouldn't have come here. I shouldn't be listening to anything you're saying. Because you're a liar. You're evil and you're trying to destroy me.
We are only trying to save you.
I don't need saving! I want to go through the purification ritual. Like Tara. I'm ready.
What am I being accused of?
Grooming a child for the purposes of sex.
So what's going on with you and Frank?
You could say that we were acting.
Oh, what will happen to her if she does not get help?
She could die.
Father Brown stumbled